Before this video begins, I would like to tell you that I will not be showing the cars featured in this video. I will, however, be posting the links to pictures of their comparison and differences in the comments below specifically. If you don't see it, then I'll probably post it within the bio, but that's probably if I remember in this case. Thanks. Hello everyone, today I'm going to go over some Hot Wheels as to what the title of this podcast should be. Its ups and its downs. Please enjoy. Let's talk about Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels has been a manufacturer brand for toys, for diecast cars specifically, since 1968, and they've been going on for, I think 54 years? Yeah. And for those who don't know me or follow me, I've been a Hot Wheels collector since 2014-ish, and I didn't start collecting them until late 2016. That's when I actually found out more and decided to bring in some. As far as I remember at least. And I've been collecting Hot Wheels ever since then, and it's just amazing to see how the Hot Wheels Dream Team produced many of the Hot Wheels cars we have to this day. There's really no ups and downs to these things, but there are some things that make Hot Wheels pretty much sometimes good and sometimes bad. Well, today I'm going to be giving you my reasons on, as a collector from the past couple of years, on its ups and its downs. Let's first talk about the major things that I really enjoy about Hot Wheels, which is how they are displayed out throughout the world, or so. Hot Wheels has been producing many great cars, many of which are suggested among the community or so, and many surprise cars as well that they decide to produce. Some of my favorite Hot Wheels that they've made, these are my favorites, quick FYI. The McLaren Senna, the Lamborghini Centenario Roadster, the Bugatti Chiron, the Aston Martin Vulcan, the McLaren Speedtail, and the Koenigsegg Jesko. You can't say that Hot Wheels does not produce amazing cars. Whether it be JDM cars, exotic cars, muscle cars, any car in general, you can at least expect them to make it. Unless if they have licensing issues, don't rely on that. And that's not just that, we also have where they come from. Now what do I mean? Hot Wheels has been produced in many different types of variants. Like in the main lines, you got the Red Editions, the Zamax, the Kroger and Dollar General exclusive. There's many more I could list. Premiums, you got Car Culture, Fast and Furious, shout out to anyone who watches movies, and some entertainment cars, I guess, that you can see from video games or so. You have it, Hot Wheels has different series. And some IDs which promote the Hot Wheels ID game, which I'm not sure if it's currently still being made or is it stopped. So basically those are the series that I know of as of right now. Now that sounds amazing, right? Well, I wouldn't say amazing, but it's definitely good. But there are some major issues that I have about Hot Wheels specifically. If you guys don't know me, like I said before, I've been collecting Hot Wheels since 2016, and I'm more focused on the main lines. Yes, those are the $1 cars that you see around Walmart or Target. Main lines are basically what I'm annoyed with the most. Let me explain. Mainline Hot Wheels, you see them everywhere in stores. Walmart, Target, Kmart, any store in general that you can think of. Well, excluding supermarkets. Well, other than Vons, Albertsons, and all that, but that's for another video. You see them everywhere in Walmart, Target, and they're $1. That seems pretty cheap, right? It is, but only if you can find the good ones. As a Hot Wheels collector personally, for main lines, I can promise you 90% of the time, you won't even find anything good within the pegs. You're just gonna find some random cars that Hot Wheels has produced from the past couple, the main lines, and there won't be any good ones, really. Or you can just find some duplicates that you already have, and that's basically it. As a Hot Wheels collector from other people, collecting duplicates are pretty cool and all that. Personally, I'm fine with duplicates, but we don't talk about that. Anyways, as it's just really not that common to find some good cars that you like, such as newer models or like old castings that you really want. It just sucks to not find them in stores. And I've not found anything good within like the past 2 months. Yes, that's how bad stores are nowadays, but we don't criticize them, okay? It's not a rant video. Anyways, what's even worse is that Hot Wheels scalpers also exist. If you don't know what they are, they buy the good Hot Wheels and they decide to sell it at like a ridiculous price. Like one car for $10? Really? I mean, sure, Amazon does that, but like that's a whole nother topic. At least Amazon's like more trustworthy or so. eBay, sure, you can find more of them there. Well, as someone who's trying to find licensed cars. So yeah, basically, I'm very annoyed with the main lines. Now, I know some of you might be saying, oh, there's also these premiums that you can say, or IDs. Why could you just get them instead? Well, here's another thing that I also don't like about them. Premiums, sure, you can get like some cool cars with like heavy models and all that. Please ignore background noises. Anyways, you can get premiums for around heavy with a metal base, metal body, and heavier and cool tires with rubber wheels. That sounds cool, right? Well, these things cost around like $6. Well, it depends on like, well, around $6, but yeah. That sounds expensive, but if you're like a high-end collector of diecast cars, I'd say they'd be worth it because you get cars that have great light works. You have great lights, the details on the front and back. The wheels are also different, which is pretty cool. And they're very good for collections. Well, if you're like me and just collect them for like once every like 2 or 3 months. But yeah, we don't talk about that. And unlike these things, they are horrible in racing them down tracks. So if you have like premium cars, good luck. You're not gonna get these things down that easily or so. There are also the ID series, which I don't know if the game stopped, but because the low production rate of overproduction of ID cars, they basically just decided to stop, and no one was even buying them because, one, all of them were all fantasy castings. Two, we rarely got to see any of the licensed cars. And basically, that's really what bothers me about Hot Wheels. Like, you get some copies of the same thing, and you won't even find anything good. Like, what? Are you serious? Also, not to mention Hot Wheels scalpers as well. Yes, I hate them. Deal with it. As much as these ups and downs, I still enjoy collecting them from time to time, whether it being good or bad. As long as Hot Wheels makes some good cars, that's all I care, really. And I know a lot of you Hot Wheels people are going to probably contradict me in the comments, and you're right, there may be. So let me know what you think about them, and if you're a collector of Hot Wheels as well, I want you guys to tell me what you guys think about these reasons. Thank you all for listening to this Hot Wheels podcast.